Welcome to the incredible tale of a man who rose from rags to riches, Andrew Carnegie. His story begins not in the glistening halls of wealth, but in the humblest of settings, in a small weaving town in Scotland. Born in Dunfermline, Scotland in 1835, Carnegie was the son of a handloom weaver. The family lived in constant financial hardship, a circumstance that was only exacerbated by the Industrial Revolution. Hand weaving was becoming obsolete, and the Carnegies found themselves struggling to keep up. In search of a better life, the Carnegie family decided to join the wave of immigrants heading to the United States. They arrived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, when Andrew was just 13 years old. This new land was a world away from the life they had known, but it was here that the seeds of Carnegie's future success were sown. As a young lad, Carnegie held a series of jobs that were far from glamorous. He began as a bobbin boy in a cotton factory, working 12-hour days for a mere $1.20 a week. Despite the grueling work, Carnegie was relentless, driven by a hunger for knowledge and a strong work ethic. His next job was as a telegraph messenger boy, a position that allowed him to rub shoulders with successful businessmen. It was here that he caught his first glimpse of the world of business, a world that he would one day dominate. Carnegie was not just a hard worker, he was a smart worker. He used every opportunity to learn and grow, eventually teaching himself to operate the telegraph. This skill led to a promotion, and for the first time, Carnegie began to see the fruits of his labor. But this was just the beginning. Carnegie was a man on a mission, a young lad with a vision, and he was willing to put in the work to turn his dreams into reality. Little did the young Carnegie know these humble beginnings were setting the stage for a future of unimaginable wealth. While still a boy at heart, Carnegie was soon to step into the world of business. As a young man, Andrew Carnegie found employment at the Pennsylvania Railroad Company, a pivotal moment that would eventually lead him down the path to becoming a self-made millionaire. At the railroad company, Carnegie started off as a telegrapher, a humble position that nonetheless gave him a unique vantage point. He was able to observe the inner workings of the company, learning the ins and outs of the industry. But it was his relentless drive, his unyielding determination, that truly set him apart. His superiors couldn't help but notice his hard work and ingenuity, qualities that would soon earn him a promotion. Carnegie swiftly rose through the ranks, eventually becoming a superintendent. But it wasn't just his industrious nature that set the stage for his success. Carnegie was also a savvy investor. He had an eye for profitable ventures, and when he saw an opportunity, he didn't hesitate to seize it. His first major investment was in oil, a sector that was booming at the time. It was a risky move, but Carnegie was not one to shy away from risks. His gamble paid off, and his investments began to amass a considerable fortune. With each successful venture, Carnegie's confidence grew. He was no longer just a worker in the railroad company. He was a businessman, a budding entrepreneur. His ambition was insatiable, and his wealth continued to grow. Yet for Carnegie, it was about more than just the money. It was about proving to himself and to the world that a man of humble beginnings could rise to the top. The world of business was a challenging one, filled with obstacles and setbacks. But Carnegie was not deterred. He faced every challenge head-on, using his intellect and determination to overcome any hurdle that stood in his way. Carnegie was steadily climbing the ladder of success, his eyes firmly set on the top. His journey was just beginning, a journey that would see him become one of the most successful businessmen in history. The stage was set for Carnegie to make his grand entry into the steel industry. Having proven his business acumen in the railroad industry, Andrew Carnegie was primed to make his mark in a new venture, steel. Carnegie was not one to shy away from challenges. With a keen eye for opportunity, he recognized the potential of steel to revolutionize industries and society as a whole. Thus, he founded the Carnegie Steel Company. Carnegie's entry into the steel industry came at a time when the United States was on the brink of an industrial revolution. Everything from buildings to bridges was about to be built from steel, and Carnegie was ready to meet that demand. But it wasn't just about providing steel. Carnegie had a vision of how the steel industry should operate. He believed in efficiency, innovation, and most importantly, vertical integration. This meant controlling every aspect of the steel production process, from the iron ore mines to the steel mills and distribution, ensuring a seamless, cost-effective operation. This strategy was groundbreaking. Carnegie's vertically integrated model allowed his company to produce steel more efficiently and at a lower cost than his competitors. He was able to undercut the competition, quickly dominating the market. But Carnegie didn't stop there. He continued to innovate, adopting new technologies and processes that further enhanced his company's efficiency. One such innovation was the Bessemer process, a method for producing steel that was faster and more economical than traditional methods. Through these efforts, Carnegie transformed the steel industry. His company became the largest and most profitable steel producer in the world, setting new standards for production and efficiency. Carnegie's impact on the steel industry was profound. His innovations and business strategies reshaped the industry, setting the stage for the modern steel-making processes we see today. His success in the steel industry helped him amass a fortune, earning him the title of one of the richest men in the world. Carnegie was now a force to be reckoned with, a true titan of industry. From a bobbin boy in a cotton factory to the richest man in the world, Andrew Carnegie was living the American dream. A dream not born of mere chance, but the fruit of relentless hard work, shrewd business acumen, and an unfailing belief in his own abilities. In the late 19th century, the name Carnegie became synonymous with wealth and prosperity. The sale of his steel company to J.P. Morgan in 1901 catapulted him to the pinnacle of financial success. The purchase price, a staggering $480 million, a sum equivalent to around $14 billion today when adjusted for inflation. This transaction didn't just make Carnegie the richest man in the world. It created a ripple effect that transformed the American economy. The company, rebranded as United States Steel Corporation, became the first billion-dollar corporation in history. Its influence was so pervasive that it shaped the country's industrial growth, playing a vital role in building the America we know today. Carnegie's wealth was so immense that it was hard to fathom. He owned estates across the globe, from the rolling hills of Scotland to the bustling streets of New York. His lifestyle was a testament to the rags-to-riches tale that he embodied, a narrative that still captivates us today. But the magnitude of Carnegie's wealth wasn't the only thing that set him apart. It was his perspective on wealth, his understanding of its role and responsibilities. He once said, "The man who dies rich, dies disgraced." This belief would guide his actions in the years to come, shaping not just his legacy, but the future of philanthropy. So, with the sale of his steel company, Carnegie didn't just become the richest man in the world, he became a symbol of the American dream, a beacon for those who dared to dream big, work hard, and believe in their own potential. Carnegie had reached the pinnacle of success, but his journey was far from over. His wealth would serve as the foundation for his next great venture, a venture that would forever alter the landscape of philanthropy. But that's a story for our next scene. With great wealth comes great responsibility, and Andrew Carnegie was a man who knew how to give back. Having amassed a fortune that would make him the richest man in the world, Carnegie turned his attention to philanthropy. He believed that the wealthy had a moral obligation to use their riches for the betterment of society. But he didn't just talk about it, he lived it. Carnegie's philanthropic efforts were vast and varied. He established the Carnegie Corporation of New York, a grant-making foundation that continues to support education, international peace, and the advancement of science and technology today. He also created the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, aimed at promoting understanding between nations and avoiding war. Perhaps most famously, Carnegie was passionate about the power of education. He believed in the transformative ability of knowledge to uplift individuals and communities. To this end, he funded the creation of over 2,500 libraries across the United States, Britain, Canada, and other English-speaking countries. These were known as Carnegie Libraries, and they opened up a world of learning to countless people who may not have had access otherwise. But his philanthropy didn't stop at education. He also funded the establishment of several institutions of higher learning. including the Carnegie Institute of Technology in Pittsburgh, now known as Carnegie Mellon University, a renowned institution recognized globally for its research and innovation. Carnegie's philanthropy was rooted in his firm belief in giving back to society. He once wrote, "The man who dies rich, dies disgraced." He lived by this principle, giving away about 90% of his fortune during his lifetime. In giving so generously, Carnegie changed the lives of countless individuals and left a lasting legacy that continues to impact the world today. His philanthropic efforts serve as a powerful reminder that wealth can and should be used to make a positive difference in the world. Carnegie's wealth was not just his own, but a gift to future generations. And so, the story of Andrew Carnegie is not just one of wealth and power, but also one of generosity and giving. Andrew Carnegie's story is one of ambition, hard work, and generosity. A tale that has woven itself into the very fabric of American history. Born to a poor Scottish family, Carnegie's life was a testament to the power of ambition. His relentless work ethic, combined with a sharp intellect, saw him rise from a humble bobbin boy to the richest man in the world. But wealth was not the end goal for Carnegie. He was a man who believed in the power of knowledge and education. His rise to wealth was not just a personal achievement, but a means to give back to society. Carnegie once said, "Surplus wealth is a sacred trust, which its possessor is bound to administer in his lifetime for the good of the community." True to his word, he invested his wealth back into society, establishing libraries, schools, and universities across the United States. Carnegie's philanthropic endeavors were not limited to education. He funded the establishment of thousands of public libraries, donated to scientific research, and supported initiatives to promote world peace. His philanthropic efforts have had a profound impact on society, shaping the landscape of modern philanthropy. The legacy of Andrew Carnegie is not just in the steel structures that dot our skylines, or in the libraries that stand as monuments to knowledge. His legacy is in his philosophy of giving, in his belief in the power of hard work and the importance of education. Carnegie's life story is a reminder that success is not just about accumulating wealth, but using that wealth to make a difference. His legacy lives on in the institutions he established, in the millions of lives that have been touched by his generosity, and in the countless individuals who have been inspired by his story. As we reflect on the life of this great man, we are reminded of the timeless lessons his story offers. Lessons about the power of ambition, the importance of hard work, and the transformative power of generosity. The tale of Andrew Carnegie serves as a timeless testament to the power of perseverance and the importance of giving back. The life and times of Andrew Carnegie offer countless lessons for entrepreneurs and dreamers alike. As we journeyed through the extraordinary life of Andrew Carnegie, we discovered a tale of humble beginnings, unparalleled ambition, and phenomenal success. Born into poverty, Carnegie's relentless pursuit of knowledge and unwavering determination propelled him to become one of the world's wealthiest men. From his early days as a bobbin boy, he demonstrated an uncanny ability to seize opportunities. His ventures in the railroad industry and his strategic investments in iron and steel factories laid the foundation for his future empire. His story serves as a testament to the power of perseverance and hard work. Carnegie's rise to the pinnacle of wealth was not merely a pursuit of riches, but a quest for innovation. He revolutionized the steel industry, changing the course of history and shaping the modern world as we know it. This, in itself, is a lesson in the power of innovation and the impact it can have on society. Yet, Carnegie's story doesn't end with his success as a businessman. A true visionary, he used his wealth to give back to society, becoming one of the world's most generous philanthropists. His belief in the power of education led him to donate millions to build libraries and educational institutions, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire and benefit millions today. The lessons we can glean from Carnegie's life are countless. His journey urges us not only to dream big, but also to persistently pursue those dreams. It inspires us to seize opportunities, innovate, and ultimately give back to society. As we reflect on this incredible journey, we encourage you to apply these lessons to your own pursuits. Remember, success is not just about amassing wealth, but about creating an impact and leaving a legacy. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Andrew Carnegie. Remember to subscribe and join us next time as we explore more fascinating tales of success and innovation.